Hey, as you can see, people, I am getting started on part 2 of building this chicken coop. I am going to build a pen for them, and I am building a house for them inside of the pen, and then I'm building a run in another fence around that fence, around that pen. So it's going to be a chicken pen and a chicken pen, let's say it like that. But anyway, I wanted to show you what my second step was. You know, your weakest point from my research, that's just from my research, the weakest points of a chicken pen is the door, the top, and around the edges at the bottom, because this is where your predators going to try to dig in. Now, raccoon and possum, they usually try to come in from the top. Now, this is just my experience, but the ones that I had that destroyed my flock came in from the top. This is what I found, and this is how I caught them. So I'm just saying and repeating my experience. I haven't Googled this, and I haven't tried to find out from anybody else, but I have experienced this, and I worked on that particular areas when I was building the little small pen for the chickens that I got now, my laying hens. So I've got plenty of stuff around here, people, that's left over and I have collected, and I'm going to reuse it. But first, I just wanted to show you part 2 of what I'm doing here. Now, this is the gate that I'm getting ready to put together. I'm going to build this gate with 2 courses of wire. This first wire is what a lot of people call rabbit wire or baby chick wire. It's got the 1/2 inch squares on them. And then I'm going to take, and after I do that, then I'm going to take and I'm going to put some of this cattle wire. I'm going to put some of that fencing wire there on top of that, up there. And then I will come back and put me a strip across the top of that double wire. I'm going to put a strip on it now to secure the wire onto the door. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and use my staple gun and staple the wire to it, use my screwdriver to pull and tighten the wire to make sure it's good and tight. But I've got a lot of other stuff to do just yet, so I'm just showing you in phases as to what I'm doing, because like I said, I don't want to have to worry about doing an edit on this thing or trying to put it all together to make it look neat and nice and all this. So I'm not even worried about looking neat and nice. I want something that's secure and safe. That's what I want, and that's what I'm working on. But as I was telling you, I've got plenty of stuff laying around here. That's the old nesting box here. That old, they used to lay eggs in that box when I had the big pen back there in the back. But I've got tin, I've got plywood, I got posts, I've got the works. Now I had to go buy some 2x4s because I didn't have any of those laying around. The ones that I did have laying around had rotted and started to deteriorate. So I didn't want to use that because this is going to be a one-time pen, hopefully, people. I mean, maybe if something go wrong, I can patch it and repair it, but I don't plan on building another one. This here should be a one-time pen, but as I was telling you before, on the other side of this pen, I'm going to put some watermelons. I'm going to put some watermelons over here until I get ready to turn my chicks loose out of this pen. I'm going to do some watermelons over there, and then later on, when I get ready to let the chicks out the run, I will take and let them just eat all the greens, the grass, the watermelon vines, and whatever else is left over there. But as I'm showing you now, this is an old coop, an old pen right here that I used to have to raise my betties in. And we got plenty of old scrap wire that I was just going to throw it away, but guys told me, say, hey man, just take that to a scrap yard after you get enough of it. And well, I've got a pile of it laying around here. And we'll decide what we're going to do with it later. But what I'm trying to show you, maybe I need to just turn around so you can see me and what I'm trying to do here. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this part back here as safe as possible, because this is the wooded area behind the chicken pen. And it's plenty of woods down there. And like I was telling you the other day in part 1, that I've got a lot of fox and predators, raccoons, stuff like that. I got a lot of them in there. As a matter of fact, I saw a few of Mike's friends a while ago, those squirrels, out here already, and I hadn't put any kind of chicken feed out here. But I guess they come to check things out, you know. They sent a scout out so they would know where the food gonna be at. So we're gonna go ahead and get the door together. And the next step we'll do after we get the doors together, we'll put wire on the 3 sides. We won't put any wire on the front just yet. Because what we'll do on the front, we'll bring all our material through that front wall up there in order to build the chicken house back here in the back. But that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to make sure that this thing is secure before I put the final wire on the top. Now, it will have a top on it, most definitely. It will have a top on it. Because as I told you before, from my research and from my experience, this is one of the areas that they use to come in at. Because I have had an owl, that's right, an owl, that came in the top. That was back when my mom was living. That came through the top and had killed one of my chickens. But lucky enough, I was out here to put a stop to his reign. But anyway, this is what we are doing today, people. This is exactly what we're doing. So as I was showing you, I've got plenty of old material laying around, and I'm going to use every bit of it. I'm going to use everything that I can see out here that's usable. So take care. We'll be back with part 3, maybe sometime at the end of this week. But like I said, you know, I'm not in any rush to build this thing, because I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm not out here this train. I'm gonna do a good job when I do it, but I'm gonna take my time doing it, because I got a bad back too. Hey, blessings, peace, and love, and remember, the Bandit love you, and there ain't a thing you can do about it.